Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Office Management. This is Module 4. And in this module, we're going to focus on something that has a really direct impact on your productivity level every single day, and that is organization and workspace optimization, which again, if you look back to Module 1, is one of the most important things that employers are looking for in administrative professionals. What are your organizational skills? The way you organize your workspace, both physically and digitally, can affect how efficiently you work, how stressed you feel, and even how creative you are. An organized workspace is going to help you work more efficiently because you're not wasting time searching for things. You're not doing where did I put that? I put it somewhere where I wouldn't lose it. Now I've lost it. It's going to reduce stress. If you're like me, I am a very visual type person. I learn visually, and so lots of visual clutter elevates my stress level very quickly, easily, naturally. If I just walk into a mess, it's like, whoa, okay? And so if you have that, you need to be very cognizant of that and make sure that you're keeping yourself a space that does not make you feel stressed. It makes you feel more in control to know that you're organized. You know where your things are. You know how things are supposed to flow today. You don't have to go digging for things. And interestingly, it can even support creativity because your mind is not distracted by the clutter. You're not thinking about, I really should do something with this pile of mess over here, okay? And honestly, let's just be honest. It's also about appearances. And we can always talk on and on about what's right and what's wrong, but the truth is, when people walk into your office, if you have what they call a forward-facing office where people come into it regularly, the public or even just lots of other employees of the organization, and it looks like a bomb went off on your desk, that is not going to inspire a great deal of confidence in them, that you're on top of things, that you're organized, that you're going to be able to help them with what they need, that you have it together, okay? And I know we all have natural levels of neatness. That is an inborn thing, and I know that because I have 3 children, and I raise them all the same, and my daughter is neat as a pin, and my baby son is almost as neat, and my oldest son is the messiest human I have ever been around. It's natural, but you're going to have to work with what you're starting with and make sure that you can still maintain an office that presents well, okay? This is more of a struggle, I know, for some people than for others, but we can all work on this. There are steps you can take to improve the state of your workplace. The first step is to just sort of look around you and evaluate your current setup, okay? Don't be overly accommodating. Ask for what you need. I need this, this, and this to be able to organize and do my job well, okay? Ask yourself, is everything easy to access? Is there clutter that's getting in the way? Is there a cabinet or something that I need to put some things in? Is my workspace set up in a way that supports my daily tasks? That's very important because if you just try to go, oh, I don't want to bother, I can deal with it, you may find down the road that it's not as easy to deal with as you thought. From there, one of the best habits you can build is regularly decluttering. At least once a week. Set aside just a few minutes. If you do it every week, it'll just take a few minutes to sort of reset your workspace. I have an inbox type tray that if I have something and I'm thinking I may need this again, I'll stick it in there. Every so often, I have to look through and go, I did need it again or I didn't. And if I didn't, it's time for it to go in the trash, right? You have to go through that every now and then. It can make a huge difference. You need to use tools like my tray. There's drawer organizers, there's tools, that kind of thing that can help you keep a neater space. File holders, keep everything in its place. And try to adopt a minimalist approach in your office, even if you're not one. I'm not a minimalist. We've already talked about how much I like color in my home decorating. I'm a maximalist, but a minimalist approach in the office, keep things as clutter-free as possible. That's going to help focus and reduce distractions. Now, you do want to let your personality show through. I have some pictures of my family. I like little weird things. My daughter knows I still have my Monchhichi. Some of you don't know what that is. From my childhood, she got me this little tiny snow globe that has a Monchhichi in it. You want to have some things that make you smile on your desk during the day, but you want mostly what presents to the outside to be fairly clutter-free and minimal distractions. An inbox goes a long way, okay? Even if it's a disorganized inbox, even if you're kind of a paper collector and you let things sit in there because you're sort of scared to get rid of it, a stack of papers in an inbox is always going to look neater than a spread of papers all over your desk, right? So at least if you know you have some hoarder type tendencies, hoard in a spot, okay? Work with what you got, work with who you are, but make sure it presents as neatly as possible. And honestly, and I know this is really hard for some people, most collected paperwork in this day and time is unnecessary. You don't need a lot of paperwork in the digital age. I don't even have a filing cabinet anymore. There was nothing in it. All of my files are stored on the computer. But that leads us to another form of organization. As important as physical organization is, digital organization is just as important, because that is your physical space now. That's your filing cabinet now, most of the time, right? Back in the olden days, those filing cabinets were arranged alphabetically so people could find things if they need it. You need to work out a system in your digital files where people who have access to your network, who need to be able to see your files, can find them if they need them, just as easily as they would have been able to find them alphabetically in a filing cabinet. Your computer is just as much a part of your workspace as your desk, possibly more so. So creating clear folder structures, use consistent file names. All of my requisitions are rec and number and company. All of them. I never vary from that. That way I can find them. Anybody else that needs to find them in my files can find them. Organizing documents by project or category can save you a lot of time. I handle things for our strategic planning committee. I have graduation. I have convocation. And I have folders for all of those things where all the paperwork specific to them goes into those digital files. That can help you a lot. Cloud storage tools like Google Drive or Dropbox, can help you stay organized, and they can help you get your files from anywhere. Just be careful. This is not the module on confidentiality, but be careful putting very confidential files in places you can access from anywhere, because you might not be supposed to access them from anywhere, okay? And different organizations and companies have different ways that they set that type of thing up. So be sure that you know you're not risking anything security-wise by using those services. There's nothing more frustrating than frantically searching for a file you know you have. It's in there somewhere, but you can't find it. So always, always, always take the few seconds it takes to appropriately file something digitally. It will save you a ton of time in the long run. Don't just download it and let it sit. Put it where it goes, okay? Now, when talking about workplace optimization, don't forget to consider your personal comfort, right? It's all about designing your workspace so that it supports your body and reduces strain. And this has become very important because we've learned in recent years that sitting at desks all day is really not healthy for us. Staring at computer screens are really not helpful for us. It's not healthy. These glasses that you see are specifically designed for computer use because they help me see the words on the screen, but also they cut the glare. Do things like that for yourself. Be sure that your chair is good for you. It should support your lower back. Your feet are supposed to rest flat on the floor, and your computer screen should be at about eye level. Make sure you are physically comfortable, because we originally didn't think about office work being physically straining and draining on people because they're not out, doing construction. But sitting all day is not really good for us. Staring at a screen all day is not really good for us. So do what you can to alleviate those sort of pains and struggles and risks for yourself, okay? Those small adjustments can prevent long-term issues like back pain or eye strain. And they also help you stay comfortable and focused throughout the day, and that will make you more productive, okay? Now, one of the most powerful concepts in this lesson that we're going to touch on is the one-touch principle. Now, this one's going to be on the midterm, so take note. The one-touch principle is what it sounds like. It means that anything you can touch just one time, do that. They started with one touch because it used to would have been a sheet of paper, a document. I'm going to touch this budget form one time. Now it can be an email. But instead of opening an email, reading it, and going, I'll do that in a minute, if it is at all possible, handle what is in that email you just opened right now. Make a decision, act on it, file it, delegate it, discard it, whatever needs to happen, handle it now, move on. Now you never have to come back to that email, and it's handled. This helps prevent clutter from building up physically and digitally and mentally, and keeps your workflow moving efficiently. Procrastination will always, always, always cost you time in the long run. Just do it, as Nike would say. Just do it now is one of the best pieces of office management advice I can give you. If at all possible, once you've looked at it, handle it now. Your assignments this week are a discussion question type quiz and a multiple choice quiz. You can use notes and modules on both, but again, please do not give me an AI generated answer on the quiz. Okay. I just want to hear some of your thoughts on some things related to this that we're learning this week. Okay, guys, good luck with all of that. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will see you in Module 5.